need to fight for a right to protest and for basic human rights. This government is becoming authoritarian.
We're here in Parliament Square today, ordinarily a pretty park for tourists, but often also the battleground between people and the state. And today we expect to see hundreds of people protest a prescription order that they regard as state overreach at a time of genocide in Gaza. We may also see hundreds of arrests as the police have promised that they will uphold the law to its full extent. If that happens, that will be a sight that no one has seen in recent British history. Let's go in. So people have begun to write their messages on their signs, which breach the terror law, if you can believe it. Police are coming through now. Literally hundreds of signs being held up now by the protesters, all of them, mad as it sounds, breaking terror law. They stretch all the way to the back of the square, they stretch from the west all the way to the east. So we've got a pile of discarded signs here where people have written, "I oppose genocide, I support Palestine Action." These are perfectly legal signs to lie on the ground, but were I to pick one up now, suddenly I would be committing a crime. I would be chargeable under the Terrorism Act for supporting Palestine Action simply by lifting up a piece of paper with some words written on it.
I'm a retired GP. I come from Birmingham.
I am an architect. I'm retired, similarly.
I suppose what, as a medic, I can see is how appallingly difficult it is for those people who are medically qualified and trained to be able to do anything in those circumstances to help those people who are suffering, because they have nothing. They have no food and no supplies themselves.
Equally, I entirely oppose the genocide, which is totally against international law. We have had generations in our country, or the past two, trying to maintain, sustain and establish international law to assure the benefit and the well-being of all of society, and yet we have a government now that is complicit, fully complicit in the ongoing genocide in Gaza, and we have to see this stop.
I'm a retired army officer, aged 75, and I've come from North Wales to join in these activities. My own father and his family had to flee from Austria in 1938 after Germany took over and had to leave everything behind. And we are appalled that once again genocide is taking place, and that we of all people can see the terrible memories this can raise with us, and we feel it is necessary to take a stand, and that is why I'm here today.
No work comes, so I don't get any calls anymore for work. You know, the only things we do are our own gigs and put our own music out, and so that's the only way we can maintain our position as artists in any solidarity whatsoever with anything we feel is important, that we always have. So I find it baffling when artists don't use that voice and that platform, especially when civilians are exercising their right in the most vivid ways you can see possible in front of the power in front of Westminster, for fuck's sakes. What's going on?
You got a message for Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper, who's behind this prescription?
I think this is going to go down as one of the most shameful moments in our legal history.
Let's move in a bit. What is he being arrested for?
Section 13 of the Terrorism Act.
And what's the penalty for that?
I'm not sure about the punishment.
And do you think this is a good use of police time? Do you think this is an act of terrorism?
I'm not going to comment.
Why are you being arrested?
Shame on you!
I don't know. Why am I being arrested?
Shame on you!
All right, they're really kicking off now.
Fantastic!
Is that a terrorist?
Come on, man!
Why are you being arrested?
Shame on you! Shame on you!
Move out of the way! Get back! Move out of the way! So, honestly, one of the most shocking things I think I've ever seen, which is A blind man in a wheelchair being dragged off by the police to the vans for holding a sign in Britain in 2025. Right behind you, someone is about to be carried away by the police. They're getting closer to you. How do you feel?
It's not nice being arrested, but what's so much scarier is what happens if we don't oppose this. And to me, being inactive, being passive at a time of genocide and while our rights are being stripped away is far scarier than this.
Do you have a message for Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper?
That it's shameful. It's absolutely shameful what they are doing. Keir Starmer, coming from a human rights lawyer background who has defended people who've done similar things, and now trying to prescribe activists who are trying to prevent genocide as terrorists is spineless, and people aren't going to tolerate it, and people are done.
Anything to say?
This ban needs to be lifted. Our government needs to stop this genocide, and we fucking need to fight for a right to protest and for basic human rights. This government is becoming authoritarian.
People who kill children and destroy the Ten Commandments.
The police seem to have started nipping in and out in groups and grabbing people and taking them off very, very quickly, making it hard to get comment from people as they get taken away. But we're going to keep trying.
We get sort of empty words from Keir Starmer, and then at the same time calling people that take action against the genocide terrorists. That's what Palestine Action did. You know, for years and years they went into those factories and they took the missiles out of action. And the government couldn't have them doing that, and that's why they were prescribed.
I do this for the Al-Farah family. Their remaining relatives are currently starving to death in Gaza.
Fascist police! Lift her up properly! Lift her up properly! How dare you!
All around the world, governments have been happy to label those who oppose them as terrorists or bandits. Some of the worst governments in history have done that to those who opposed them. This is 80 years this year since the liberation of Bergen-Belsen by the British Armed Forces. And at that time, people were shocked and horrified by what they saw there. And now the government is misusing our armed forces to support another genocide. I think that's just an absolute disgrace.
Do you have a message for Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper about what's happening here?
My message for Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper would be, we are not the terrorists. This is a peaceful protest. We're sitting here with signs, no disruption has been caused. Yet the disruption has been caused by them arresting possibly 250, 300 people for holding signs, supporting a group that hasn't caused any harm to people, but has probably saved lives by stopping military equipment going to Israel. And who's the terrorist? Who's the terrorists? It's so crazy. It's been flipped on its head. So I guess my message would be, don't make Palestine Action a terrorist organisation, because they're not, and it's an erosion of protest rights in the UK, which are very important.
Spoke to somebody earlier. She said, we've seen 500 today. Next time it'll be 5,000. There's something in that. When we talk to people, they feel very proud to be part of this protest. They feel very proud that this is a kind of British protest in defence of freedom of speech, freedom of assembly and freedom of protest. And especially in the context in which a genocide is ongoing in Gaza. Amazing hypocrisy, really, if you think about it, that Parliament just over there has passed laws criminalising as terrorists or as criminals under the Terrorist Act the hundreds of people in front of me who are just like the people that we build statues to just over here. Mr. Forster over there, Mahatma Gandhi over there, Nelson Mandela just a little bit further along. All people who changed the world through peaceful, or in some cases not so peaceful, direct action, resistance, And yet those people in front of me who are exactly of that mould, our government is arresting en masse in this square today.